And tell me, you said the vehicle was damaged. Was it destroyed?
It was completely destroyed. The hull was cracked in half. All the bar armour was mangled and stuff. The turret came completely off. And then they found me somewhere just lying there quietly.
Cory Map was born in Bridgetown, Barbados, and in 2005 came to the UK to join the British Army's Household Cavalry. He became the first Barbadian to ride on the Queen's birthday before he was posted to Afghanistan. It was in 2010 that his combat vehicle detonated an IED, and he suffered life-changing injuries, which resulted in the loss of both legs above the knee. During his recovery, he discovered sport and has since gone on to win gold medals for Team GB at bobsleigh. He's nicknamed Black Ice, and this is his story.
I visited England in 1985 with my sister, and my uncle took us to Buckingham Palace, and I saw the changing of the guard and thought, I want to do that. So I joined the British Army in 2005. I joined the Household Cavalry. The beginning was difficult. I kicked and screamed at the beginning, to be honest. But then there was that moment where I rode through the ceremonial gate to escort Her Majesty. Because up to that time, we only knew the hard work, the mucking out the horses, waking up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But at that point, you thought that this is awesome. When I did my first escort, it was a Ghanaian president, I believe, and my mum was there to see it. To be the first person from my country to do it, it was something that I will never ever forget.
Your first tour, Afghanistan, October 2009. How did you find being in a war zone?
The emotional part for me was leaving the house on the morning that we were deploying. I think I got into the car and I just broke, and the taxi guy was rubbing my back and stuff. But it was very difficult to turn my back on my kids, on my daughters and family and everybody. But once I got into a groove with the boys, I loved it. It was great.
I heard you talk about it being like a dream to be able to go over there and make a difference to the local people, and in your words, to liberate villages from the tyranny.
From tyranny, yeah.
You truly believed in what you were doing.
I do. There was a point where we were establishing a new patrol base in the north of Helmand, and when we established this patrol base initially, complete tumbleweed in that village. And within a day and a half, 2 days, people were coming out of their houses and mingling and hugging each other, and you just thought, this is what it's all about. The Taliban was actually legitimately inflicting terror on a daily basis on those people, and the fact that we were able to give them that period of time to re-establish relationships, to see families, I think it was worth it. I think it was all worth it.
January 31st, 2010, Cory.
Bad day at the office.
Tell me everything that you remember about that day.
We were supporting the Royal Anglian Vikings at the time. We were basically going to push the forward line of enemy troops back towards Pakistan. And they wanted the armoured vehicles further forward. Essentially, I just prepared as we normally would. We were moving in convoy. We went down this particular road. The guys were searching more intensely. The Scimitars is the vehicle that we were in at the time. And I remember asking the crew commander, Frankie, do you want me to go down so you can traverse the gun? And he said, no, stay where you are. But no less than maybe 30 seconds after, everything just goes blank. Everybody rallied around and got me on the back of a quad bike, which took me back to the patrol base where the helicopter landed and took me away.
Just for the record, tell me exactly the injuries that you suffered, Cory.
My lip, my jaw was broken, my lip severed, my hands damaged, punctured lung.
What state were your legs in at that point?
The left one came completely off and the right one was badly damaged. I think they decided that it was not able to be saved in Bastion. Somebody said it was shot in the hip as well. Yeah, a number of different injuries, so it was quite bad.
What's the first thing that you remember when you woke up?
I had this thing where I told the lady to take my boots off. I remember her just standing there looking at me. I was just like, I'm trying to talk and I'm just getting emotional. I'm like, take my boots off. I think she became emotional and she went outside. And then the consultant came in and explained there was an explosion and I lost both my legs. Then my wife and family came in.
Did you have any idea at that point that you lost your legs? That was the first time you saw?
No, the last thing you remember is you were driving on the road with the boys. So I think I went into a state of depression for a couple of days. Even though my family was there and I could see them, it was difficult to manage and compute.
What was the lowest point in your recovery, Cory?
The time came, I came out of ICU and they said basically that my daughters and my family are going to come and see me today. It was the first time I was going to see the girls. So the nurse came, she said, right, we're going to have a shower today. She said, are you going to be okay? I said, yeah, I should be fine. I turned the water on and the first thing I noticed was that like everywhere was just red. At that point I looked down at my legs and it all hit me all at once. And then I kind of put soap in my hair and my hair just slid off my head. And at that point I'm just like, and I just broke. And at the time I was crying so loudly that she heard. She came in, she wrapped her arms around me and said, are you okay? She said, you're going to be okay. We'll get through this. We sat there and cried a bit together for a while. Then we went back to the bed and a couple of them sat with me for a little bit because they realized it was tough. And then the girls turned up in the evening and Jodie, which is the middle one, naturally she's just a ball of energy. She's just like, Daddy, you're going to be fine. They told me you're going to get some metal legs and you'll be all right.
Was that the moment where you thought, actually, there's a life worth living?
After that point, I thought to myself, yeah, I'm still a dad. I'm still alive. There's a lot of guys that haven't made it. After all that crying and stuff, I told the lady, go and get the physio. That was the day that I decided that I wasn't gonna be a victim of it, and I was given a second chance for a reason.
During his time at Headley Court, Cory and his fellow veterans supported each other through their recovery, and with the aid of his new prosthetics, he learned to walk again. Determined to use his second chance at life, he then went on to compete in a range of sports, where he discovered a passion for Parabobsleigh, and has since become both a world and European champion.
Like, I guess everybody needs something to focus on. So some people focused on flying planes or whatever the case might be. I focused on sport because I've always been sporty from a kid. And I remember asking in Headley Court, what sports, what can I do now, like sports wise? And that's when they gave me the talk about the Paralympics and all the different sports that they have. And that's where golf came in, that's where cricket came in, that's where running came in, and then eventually running on ice and doing bobsleigh came in. And I fell in love with it. That's where it all began. When I sit in a sled on the start line, I have nothing in my head. It's just that. And that is the part that I love about it. For the entire season, I escape everything else that's happening in my life. It's just one of those things that I wake up every day with a new lease of life because of it.
Your victory in Switzerland earlier this year made you the first British man to win a World Championship bobsleigh gold in 60 years. That must be an incredibly proud feeling. It
is. It really is. For a country that doesn't have snow on a track and all this, we're doing all right, aren't we? We have great coaches. We have a good cohesive unit, and we're very, very supportive of each other. I feel like I want it, but we all want it, because the reality of it is that we win and lose as a team.
Was it about replacing lost purpose, Cory, do you think?
I think it's a way to continue to serve both your country, your family, and the organisations that you represent, and still feel like you're worth something.
Did you see it as important to prove to your daughters that your disability didn't have to define who you are?
Yes, I think so. I would like, not just my daughters, but I got nieces and nephews, and they're having their kids now. I want to leave a legacy of you can overcome any adversity in life if you are determined to do so, and that adversity should not determine the type of person you are or the person you become.
The Veterans Foundation has given more than £30 million in grants to over 500 military charities here in the UK. How important is that money to the veteran community, do you think?
The Veterans Foundation's donations, they go to help a number of different scenarios. You have veterans that are homeless, you have veterans that are struggling with PTSD, and the money that is being donated by the public and different organizations, they need to know that that money is going to good use and that it's going to people who are in need.
What would your message be to the players of the Veterans Lottery?
I would say a massive thank you to them. Without them playing this lottery, you wouldn't be able to do the work that you do at the Veterans Foundation. So yeah, I would have to say a massive thank you to those people, and to ask them to continue to donate. If you want to help veterans like me, please play the Veterans Lottery.